Frontline Eurosports Online. Your host Nate Jennings is going to be delivering a 2016 Thruxton 900. It's the air oil-cooled 865 to our main man John. Are you ready for that?
I'm part of the family.
Hell yeah, part of the Frontline family. So we're going to do a delivery of the motorcycle, walking around the bottom portion of the machine, going into handlebars and instrumentation last. So the first thing we give everybody is a tire safety warning. Ride like you're riding in the rain for the first 50 to 100 miles. You can still see all the teats on the tires, and that's because you're acclimating to a new motorcycle, and you're also riding a tire that has a silicone coating on it that'll pop out the mold to preserve shelf life. We're going to have the upgrades that we discussed when we were purchasing the motorcycle. We go from steel hoops to the aluminum hoops for less rotating mass on that 19-inch front rim that's wrapped with Metzler rubber. We have a tube system, so there it is behind the fork. We're going to have a valve stem that we're going to check our tire pressure with adamantly. It's a single disc braking system, so it's easy to reach from the right-hand side. While we're talking about brakes, you have that floating rotor instead of just a solid mounted rotor, so better heat dissipation when we take you to the track that you're excited about, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. We have a steel braided line that's guided down to that caliper down at the left side of the motorcycle. That leads up to our brake master cylinder. The brake master cylinder does have a sight glass in the front that you already found, and our lever is adjustable with 4 positions. We can pull it out, rotate the lever, and see the difference in its friction zone between 1 and 4 is the most dramatic jump there. Going back down to the motorcycle hydraulic dampening system, the front fork legs, they are adjustable on the Thruxton. Another upgrade you get going from the Bonneville line up to the Thruxton. So we have a preload adjustment available, and we're going to get dexterity in the springs, and we're going to ride it for the first 500 miles for the first service, and then we'll start setting your seg for this motorcycle to make it feel perfect for you. Now our power plant, it is a air and oil cooled, here's your external oil cooler, power plant that is fuel injected and is chain driven. It is our parallel twin 865 that is dual counterbalance, so it's extremely smooth. You can see our air cooling fins, and right here is a little extra guard because of your riding position, your body can get close to the cylinder head and has to keep you off the hot cooling fins. Another upgrade to the Thruxton, we get the polished engine kit. So we're going to have that brushed aluminum countershaft sprocket cover, right side case cover, and valve cover. Over here is a side cover that matches the Brooksland green of our tank and fenders, and there is a removal bolt down at the bottom that will back out, remove it from the 2 nipples up top, and that's going to expose not only our brake master cylinder overflow reservoir, but also our fuses as well as an Allen key. An Allen key regarding your question earlier about removal of the seat cowl and the seat. That's located in this area. Our rear brake master cylinder is going to have a different angle right here. It's kind of just hidden underneath of our heel guard, and we have a collapsible foot peg with a feeler gauge. As we get massive lane angles out of this performing motorcycle, we'll be able to feel the feeler gauge work for us instead of just hitting contact and not having a good day. We have pillion pegs that work with our pillion seat back here. Twin outboard suspension that is a progressive rate spring, and that is 5-position adjustable. They come from the factory in the second softest setting, or the second from the softest setting, and we can add preload to that when we get ourselves the dexterity and springs we discussed in the front. We've got our beautiful chain covered by a chrome chain guard. We want to service our chain every 500 miles or every 2.5 tanks of fuel or so. And right now it's heavily lubricated in lithium grease from being imported into the country. They wanted to preserve that chain while it's being floating over the pond. Our matching hoop in the back, that is another aluminum hoop that's going to give us that less rotating mass in the rear as well. And again, Metzler rubber wrapped around the back. We have our rear fender assembly and our tail lamp turn signals with the amber lenses have the conical shape to give it that real old school look. It is a system that a lot of times is removed from this motorcycle as they go to the straight cafe look by removing the 4 bolts underneath here and just having the seat cowl, relocating turn signals and lights on a different bracket. Our correlating shock on this side of the motorcycle. Our other advantage is our high sweat pipes, giving us more lean angle capability out of the Thruxton over the Bonneville line. And our joke of the day. If you can't remember if it's a 5 or 6 speed, you can always stop and look. They put a little table.
Oh, nice.
2, 3, 4,
nice.
5. We'll just keep shifting up, right? Oh, I'm out of gears.
1 down, 4 up.
Exactly. Now we're going to have a shift pedal for the 5-speed transmission that is off a linkage bracket here, so we can make pedal adjustments for the perfect height for our foot. Our clutch cover over here with a polished kit. We have a clutch actuation arm that we can see working for us with a major adjustments on the bracket here, more for us, and minor adjustments on the handlebar. Not much more to show you on the side except for with the fuel injection, we have a functional enrichment switch that is primarily used in Arctic conditions when it's really cold out, or if we have a highly modified motorcycle. We don't use this for more than 10 seconds. If we do utilize it, it's a two-step. We pull it all the way out, leave it out for 3 seconds, push it in for another 7 seconds, and then push it back all the way in and take off. One of the most effective fuel injection systems I've ever sold out of 13 lines I've sold. It's very true and accurate, no spit, sputters, and hiccups. So we're going to move forward to the motorcycle and just show you that we have oxygen sensors down here. That's what's poking out of your exhaust to meter the air and fuel mixtures. We have formed lines for ourselves up here instead of the old steel braided lines that are going to be more solid for our little brass crush washers here. We have a side stand. The side stand has a safety switch on it. So if you try to take off in first or second gear with the side stand down, it's automatically going to kill the motorcycle. And that's a safety feature to prevent you from hitting the side stand in your first left turn. Not a good day. We also have a clutch safety switch. The clutch safety switch is going to prevent the motorcycle from being started without the clutch being pulled in as a secondary safety feature for you. Now in the handlebars and controls, we have our luscious chrome bar end mirrors that come factory on this motorcycle. Our conventional twist throttle with a push and pull cable system, the brake master cylinder we already reviewed, our run cycle switch, which I'm going to leave off right now so I can show you how it cues up stage-wise, and our start button below that.
I didn't see a pass. It doesn't have a pass.
There's no pass button on this particular.
Okay.
They went to a more rounded controls that are going to have a more classic look to it with conventional horn, turn signal, pushing in for cancellation, high beam, low beam.
What about 4 ways?
4 ways is not on this motorcycle either.
Okay. All right.
So we won't have that problem because we're not going to be broke down on this 200,000 mile power plant.
I never use
but
that.
But if you go to Europe, that's a traditional thing to use is their white line and going through people.
Yeah.
So in the instrumentation, we are going to be able to turn this on with our key on the lock cylinder on the left side of the motorcycle. So we're going to go down and make our first turn on the key. So we're going to turn that clockwise towards the back of the motorcycle. You see your headlight comes on, but your instrumentation's not on. Nate, you told me a bike that doesn't start. No, we're staging the electronics in. So we come to the run cycle switch. If you push that down, you now hear the fuel pump queuing up, our instrumentation dials dialing through, and it gives us our tachometer. It gives us our high beam, our neutral light, our oil light that'll go away once we start. Our turn signals left and right are integrated into one light right there. Our speedometer with a check engine light on one side and a mobilizer bell if we added a factory alarm system, and a low fuel warning lamp that'll come on in an amber glow when you hit your reserve level. It automatically switches to reserve. There's no fuel petcock or anything to have to finagle with.
I was just getting ready to ask you that.
It's just worry-free. Just keep riding until you see that light and get you some petrol. When you do get your petrol, it is try to open up your fuel filler. People have a hard time with that sometimes. It just keeps spinning, right? But it eventually hits a hard point and starts coming to the release point, and you've now removed your fuel filler. So we can screw that back in. You'll hear it just like a car's locking fuel filler. Keep doing it, pop, pop. So now we know that it's fully attached to the motorcycle again. The instrumentation is pretty simple when it comes to our one button option that we have on the left-hand side of the speedometer. Right now we have odometer. We can tap that button and see trip 1, trip 2, and our timepiece. I'm going to show you how to set that. We just hold this button in. We can select standard time, or we can select military time. What do you prefer, sir?
A standard time.
All right, we give it about 6 seconds.
Nothing against Marines.
Oh, good. Way to get back on that one. So we're going to go to a current satellite time of 9:22 in the morning. So we're going to hit 9 there. We wait another 6 seconds or so. It's going to click over to our minutes. And now we're still at 9:22. Let's get up there real quick. And you've now set your timepiece. So I'm going to let that sit. If we want to go into setting of trip meters, we can hold this button in and it zeroes out our trip meters, so you have the ability to use that for fuel guidance or for serviceability and things of that nature. So do you have any questions on your Thruxton 900 from Frontline Eurosports yet, John?
I think I'm good.
Excellent. Well, congratulations and welcome to the family. You want to give it a little start, we'll roll it outside and let everybody hear how bad your machine sounds.
That's good.
All right. So that's good right there. We'll give it a start right here. I'll put the side stand down for you. So we got our ignition cylinder on the left-hand side that we cue up first with a clockwise twist towards ourselves. We pull our clutch in. Our run cycle button is already on. Alright, ready to rock and roll. So thank you for watching the Frontline Eurosports, and give us a shout or visit us online if you want to be as smiley as John is when he's taking ownership of his new Thruxton from Frontline Eurosports.